which we can now move into our, honestly, guys, it's just our opinion. Because Latrell Mitchell and Anthony Mundine have been going back and forth. Now, both of these guys have skin in the game. Both of these guys have experienced racism. So it's time for, honestly, guys, just our opinion. We're going to give our opinion on the feud between Latrell Mitchell and Anthony Mundine over the Laniu Mam racism scandal.
Yes.
So obviously, Anthony Mundine's come out. I think he went first, right? Yeah, he went first.
So the line from Anthony Mundine, of course, we're aware that of Latrell Mitchell's been very vocal on this subject ever since it came to light. The key quote from Anthony Mundine about Latrell Mitchell, he says, and I quote, "Trell, please, just focus on your footy. You've been underperforming far too long and been lucky to have Cody by your side to hold your hand." I've got two separate views on this comment. You've been underperforming far too long. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, all right, he's clearly South's best weapon in attack. But as we said, he had the 2 try assists and scored that try in the first game, but he also made the mistakes. He threw that intercept pass by Jason Saab, made that mistake before the Luke Brooks try and missed those 3 goals, which were fairly important. Further to that, he had a real fade-out in form towards the end of last year. It even got to a point where there was vision of him not chasing for players in defence. Does not chasing for players count as underperforming? Yeah, I think it does. So, and he didn't show good form towards the back end of the year last year, and that was a big reason why they went from being on top after 11 rounds to missing the top 8. So I think Anthony Mundine's got a point. He has been underperforming. That having been said, I don't agree, and you've been lucky to have Cody by your side to hold your hand. No. He doesn't need anyone to hold his hand. He's their best weapon in attack. But he has been... I think his problem is he doesn't need anyone to hold his hand in attack at all. His problem is his inconsistency. He gets distracted too easily. He's too obsessed with social media, and he doesn't focus enough on the job at hand. But he is an outrageously brilliant attacking player, and I don't agree that he needs anybody to hold his hand. Those are my 2 points to make on Mundine's comment.
I completely agree with everything you just said. Latrell Mitchell doesn't need anyone. He's the guy that everyone needs. It's the other way around. He supports everyone and makes them better.
That's the thing. He makes mistakes, but without him, they have nothing in attack.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, then Latrell Mitchell responded, but I don't think he responded directly to Anthony Mundine, right?
Yeah. I've got it down here. Yeah, so, and to be fair to him, I think he showed a lot of class in his response, Latrell. He says, and I quote, "The great, in brackets, racial debate will have to rest for now," Mitchell wrote on Instagram while being draped in an Aboriginal flag. He added, with regards to differing views, that it's important to take it on board, learn and move forward. I think that's a classy response from Latrell. I'll give him credit where it's due. Credit is due there. I think he needs to be a lot better on social media, and I think that's a good start there.
Yeah, absolutely. So those 2 guys, if they want to be vocal and have differing opinions on this entire thing, it's fine. Those are the 2 guys that... Those are 2 guys that are entitled to have their differing opinions, you know, and they can battle it out in public. But, you know, if Latrell Mitchell battles it out in public with Anthony Mundine, he's actually proving Anthony Mundine right, that Latrell Mitchell needs to, stop concentrating on it, and especially if his form slumps. It just proves everything right. He needs to get off the social media.
And, of course, Anthony Mundine himself faced racism during his career. There was an incident in 1998 where former Bulldog Barry Ward made a racist comment towards him. I'm not going to read it out. I'm not going to read out what he said. Barry Ward was fined $10,000, which was reduced to $5,000 on appeal. And Mundine at the time said he was quite absolutely disgusted and suggested it may have contributed to his exit from rugby league in 2000. So what I would say is that I think it shows how far we've come as a game on this issue. Barry Ward was, in the end, only fined $5,000 for making a terrible comment towards Mundine. So it just shows how far we've come. There's no way that Leniu obviously is going to get away with this with just a $5,000 fine. And I would add that Barry Ward's comment was worse than Leniu's.
Yeah.
I would say that absolutely. So it does show how far we've come as a game. That was 1998. In 26 years, we've come a long way, and Leniu's going to get a proper suspension here.
Yep.
But I will, I will say I do admire Anthony Mundine for being unafraid to be critical of Latrell. I think far too many people in the media are too scared of being critical of Latrell, and Anthony Mundine's come out and said what he thinks on this. And in that regard, I applaud Anthony Mundine. I agree with part of what he says about Latrell. I don't agree with all of it, though.
Yeah, there's one thing you got to love about Anthony Mundine. He's not afraid of anything.
No, he's... well, he gives you something to talk about. There's never a dull moment, and that's what we want in the media. We should point that out.
Yeah,
we should point out that we want robust discussion points, and Anthony Mundine provides those, and you've got to give him credit for that.
So, I really hope it ends everybody really wants for Latrell Mitchell is for him to concentrate on football and play really well. And then he can come to New South Wales. And I was watching highlights of Latrell Mitchell in New South Wales like yesterday.
Pretty good highlights.
Yeah, they're so good. So that's all I really want. As you said, the judiciary will be tonight.
Yes, Monday night, recording Monday morning.
And then Spencer Leniu will get his suspension. I'm sure Anthony Mundine, Ezra Mam, Latrell Mitchell will all be approached for comment now. And I would hope that is the finish of it.
Yeah, so on Thursday we'll obviously talk about Leniu's suspension and then
what it means for the Roosters.
We can put this behind us.
Yeah.